I'm going to capture this because it's something that really bugs me. Within the spirit of making paintings, being an artist, being a contrarian, you cannot be a good artist unless you're a contrarian. And I think there are people that are going to present arguments that say that, well, you know, it's like you make a nice picture and people can sit back and relax and enjoy. Of course, you know, I want to entertain. I like entertainment. I like being entertained, but I think there's so much more at stake. There really is, people. There is so much more at stake, and this has to do with the UN flag now of the Earth, which is kind of curious when you think about it. If you look at this image here, this is the way the UN has captured the Earth on their flag, and it's just curious that you always have these numbers reappear: the 33, the Masonic stuff, and all the things about the clandestine operations behind the curtain, things that we don't see. And of course, this is disturbing from the point of view that there are things going on under our noses that we either ignore, not interested in, or being prevented from being involved in. And a person that tried to go to the Antarctic. I'm going to capture this. You can read it. He tried to go to the Antarctic, and they slapped a major fine on him and a prison sentence for trying to go to the goddamn Antarctic. What the hell is that about? The 33, yeah. So I'm going to just let this run through. You can turn off the volume if you don't want to listen to me, but this is something that's been bugging me quite a bit. The whole idea that the reality that we live in is not what it appears to be. This is what I say in all of my dissertations. I talk about the fact that we do not live in the reality we believe to be living. It's kind of that Matrix movie, which is brilliant from that point of view, but it's so old hat because all the great artists in the past revealed the secrets, or not the secret so much as a reality that is underneath the face. That if you look at Goya's portraits of the royal family in the 1800s, late 17, early 1800s, they're a goddamn pig family. They looked like farmers that just stepped out of the pig trough. And this guy here is Jarl Anderhoy, who went down. You can read this. It's a fabulous character who sailed his sailboat down to the Antarctica, and they slapped him with a fine and a prison sentence. And these are things that are going on under our noses, and you have very courageous people that are trying to counter. They're trying to counter the establishment that is trying to hoodwink us or trying to redirect us like sheep into a certain area that we believe, well, Antarctica is the bottom of the earth and nobody is allowed to go there. Well, why isn't also, there's no ownership apparently because, oh, we want to keep Antarctica clean and pristine. Well, the whole thing smells. I smell a goddamn rat. The same way that you're going to see about, they cover the idea of the earth being a ball and the one, what is that, that one picture that they have, which comes up right here. Let's see where that, okay, does it come up here? Yeah, oh, I'd have to expand it. I can't. Anyway, this is, yeah, this is, you click on the link and you'll see the ball earth. Ridiculous. I mean, you look at this, it's ridiculous. It just makes no sense whatsoever. You can, I don't, my screen isn't big enough. So anyway, I'm going to just let this run through and you can just sort of pick it up yourself, read this thing, stop it as you need to. And the reason I'm putting this up is because everything that goes against what it is that I've been told to be true, and for some reason there are anomalies or things that don't make sense, but don't ask questions. Don't question the accepted formula of our world view, the globalist view. Well, maybe there are a lot of kinks in this globalist view. And if people say, well, you're just being trapped in the contrarian notion of reality, which is another trap that you might be in. Well, I'd rather be in the contrarian than in the conformist or the consensual or complicit side of things. So my thought on this is that you can read through this information and come to your own decision on what you think the reality that we live in. And my thoughts are really that um, we can no longer afford to be ignorant, because the ignorance is sinking the ship. The ignorance is sinking the ship. And people who resist the ignorance are peripheralized, fined, killed, they're thrown into jails. People that argue with the consensual view, and there is an inherent conformity in people, I still prefer to see the inherent quality in a human being. I call it, I am now totally focused on this notion of conscience, something that each of us has, where we can choose to do the right thing at any given time. And that's not just on the big issues, it means all issues. Everything that that we're confronted by, we have a choice. We have a choice to do the right thing, whether it's in terms of how we think and contemplate, or whether it's our actions, how we decide to act in our day-to-day lives. I think it all revolves around that. And this is one of the most monumental worldviews that has been promoted since primarily, I would say, the Renaissance, where there was a big scuttlebutt around Galileo and Copernicus and the Jesuits trying to take over the field in terms of how we see the world. Consensual history was written by two Jesuits called Scaliger and Petavius in the late 1500s, early 1600s. Those two types compiled what is considered to be consensual history. The history books we read are from two bloody goddamn Jesuits. So figure it out yourselves. You can read through this, and I'll attach a link to where this is. There are many links and fascinating explanations about how this doesn't make sense, what we're being told. And the part of our fight is to be contrarian. We need to be contrarian. We cannot afford to play along with the playbook and just accuse all the usual suspects when our Earth is being decimated by nuclear radiation. And I believe this to be the most monumental moment in the history of all life on this planet, considering we have invented a technology that could literally obliterate all life on this planet over a period of 100, 200, 300 years. I don't know how long, but on this progression, we are not going in a good direction, people. We are not going in a good direction, and we need to be contrarian. That's what I say, and we need to look at the art that represents that worldview, which does not go along with something that makes no sense or doesn't work. And the nuclear criminal syndicate is the worst invention, the worst technology ever invented in the history of all life on this planet, and it'll sink the ship.